So there's one sector in crypto that could absolutely explode soon. And within that sector, there are some crypto tokens that could make some absolute insane gains. And nobody's really paying attention to these right now. But to make money, you have to be early. And in this video, I'll show you exactly what could trigger that move and how to position for it. And crypto is probably one of the only ways left to get ahead in a broken economy. So make sure you watch this entire video throughout, because I want to make sure that you're early to this sector before these tokens make big gains in the coming weeks to months. But first, we have to talk about Bitcoin because it's vital to talk about for the rest of the crypto market. Now, bottom line, this is the Bitcoin chart, and currently it's not doing anything. Price has been basically going back and forth and compressing in a tight range, and typically compression leads to expansion. And if you look at this, it looks like it's about to retest this moving average again on the daily chart, which means that I think that it's going to break down in price. Now, one way that I try to fight my bias is to invert the chart or flip the chart. And one way you can do that is actually going to the very right in trading view, hitting invert scale, and then what you can see is an inverted or flip chart where the lower prices are on the upper part of the scale, higher prices are on the bottom. What this looks like on an inverted chart is that Bitcoin is slowly making higher lows and that it's tapping against this resistance right here, which of course on an inverted chart is actually support. And what I personally think is going to happen, at least for this month, is that Bitcoin is going to continue to go sideways, chop, and then break out of this to the upside on the inverted chart. And of course, if you were to break that down on the regular chart, that means breakdown in price. Now, this is not the first time that I talked about this. If you go and look at my videos, you're gonna find my 2025 crypto strategy, what you need to do to prepare yourself to build up profits, wealth, whatever you wanna call it, for 2026. Of course, nothing is financial advice, but this is what I'm doing to set myself up. And I predicted this breakdown in this video. And if you have not watched this video, you wanna make sure to do that after this video. But I do think that this is the area that we wanna watch between $96,000 and $92,000 for Bitcoin to break back down, go sideways. And then as we get towards the end of summer, around September, when the Federal Reserve will likely cut rates, I think that is when we're gonna see prices move back up. The one thing that could potentially push prices up in July are some of the Trump tariffs. Some are scheduled to potentially stop in July or to at least be reevaluated, but that could actually be a stimulus for all markets. But with the current tension in the Middle East, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be helpful or not. Tariffs or FOMC, if we're having global conflict, then that is a problem overall for all markets, because that ensues panic and fear, and markets tend to sell off as people race to stable coins into fiat in times of uncertainty. So bottom line, this is my target right now for the summertime, between $92,000 to $96,000. That range, then moving on back up to better times. But even though Bitcoin could potentially be going down, there are a few areas that could boom. Now, one stock that's doing phenomenal right now is actually Coinbase. This is not the sector that I want you to be early on, because this has already been pumping. But bottom line, Coinbase is ripping. It is back over $300 currently. And this could actually hit all new highs in 2025, 2026. And so basically, if you hold Coinbase or Coinstock at all, I would say it's a hold for me. The Senate just passed the Genius stablecoin bill, giving crypto industry its first major legislative win. And this is a huge deal because even as you see here, industry giants like Amazon and Walmart are even reportedly interested into moving towards stablecoins. And you can see the reaction to Circle, the largest stablecoin issuer in the market, is just booming. It's up 4x in the past couple of weeks alone. Now, personally, I'm not going to chase this, but this is just showing you how big this news is overall for Coinbase and for Circle. And if Circle's booming, and if Circle and USDC is doing well, that's good for Coinbase, because bottom line, Coinbase and Circle share revenue, and Coinbase also earns 100% of the revenue generated from the USDC held directly on its platform. So this Genius Stablecoin Act is actually huge for Coinbase, and that is a big reason why it's booming right now, and I think before long we'll see a retest of its previous highs. Now, there is one sector that could boom here in a few months, and you may think as I tell you this that, oh, I already knew that, but so many people are not paying attention to this massive news as OpenAI CEO Sam Altman says GPT-5 is probably coming sometime this summer. And I think if that happens, then AI coins are going to absolutely rip, because we've seen it before. And most of these AI coins are down around 90% from previous pumps in 2024. Upgrades in frameworks such as ChatGPT-5 could be massive because it gives enhanced reasoning capabilities for these AIs, include improved natural language processing, better integration in data from images, text, videos, audio, and just a better overall experience. And I do believe that this is going to ignite the sector. And yes, I think you're early currently as you watch this video, because as I said, a lot of these AI coins are down 90%. And I think the real question that a lot of people ask is, how do I find these AI coins? And that is actually quite easy. All you have to do is go to somewhere like CoinGecko. And what CoinGecko is going to do is it's going to actually give the ability to go up here and select by categories. And then what you can do is categorize it from alphabetical order, go down and look at all the AI related categories such as AI agent launchpads, AI agents, AI memes, and of course the artificial intelligence area. You go ahead and click on that and you can look through all the tokens and crypto projects that are related with AI. And yes, there are a ton of these. What I want to look for are some of these AIs that are down substantially, maybe 80-90%. And then what you can do is go ahead and research that, seeing what they're actually doing. Are they still building or have they stopped? Let me go ahead and give you a couple of examples because this is going to help visually, because AI, Graphene, was very big on Solana. Of course, it hit around 500 to 600 million market cap, currently around 40 million market cap, right? It needs to hit a 10x or more to go back to its previous all-time high. Now, not only can you find the website below, but you can also find the socials and community. And what I like to do a lot of times is I'll go to something like Graphene, go ahead and click on their Twitter or X account and notice that nothing has been posted since April. Absolutely no updates with this project. That's gonna turn me off a little bit compared to a brand or project that is actually building and keeping up with its community. And so I want to go ahead and go to Ava. And if you go ahead and click their Twitter account, what you're going to notice is that these guys are buzzing. They're up every day posting on their socials. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean just anything, but if they give updates and keep up with their community, and if you see that their posts are actually getting lots of likes, and that there is a strong community, because community is very important when it comes to a lot of these projects, I'm going to have a lot more faith in my research with AI companies and projects that are actually posting and giving updates, at least on their socials, that have updated GitHubs, updated websites, that have an active community. In these type of projects, if OpenAI actually launches ChatGPT-5, you're gonna see a lot of these AI tokens run, specifically if they're integrating the new tech into their project. But again, you have to be early, and it's important to do your research now. Don't wait months from now. Don't wait until Sam Altman actually releases this stuff. Actually research now and see which projects are building, keeping up to date, and are doing well. And again, while AI isn't anything new, we all know it's going to be one of the hottest sectors to come in the coming years for crypto and outside of crypto. But a lot of these crypto tokens and projects are down substantially, and this is your time to potentially buy a dip to a big winner this year. So the big picture here is, even though Bitcoin is boring, all AI crypto needs is just one catalyst to create another huge boom in the market. Because even when Bitcoin is down, there are always outlier cryptos that perform well. And I believe that this sector here in the coming months could potentially boom again. So you absolutely have to make sure that you do your research now. And if you like this information in this video, you got to make sure to click the subscribe button and to share this video, because each and every week I'm giving updates on the crypto market, and I'm also starting to do live streams as well. So if you want to join the live stream, you got to make sure to click the subscribe button and make sure that you're a part of the community, because I want to see you on these live streams. I want to talk about not only Bitcoin and the overall macro market, but I want to talk about things on chain, things where people tend to make the most money in crypto, because I want to make sure that you get those early insights and stay ahead of the market. So with that said, even though it could be a boring summer for Bitcoin, there might be some big booms coming soon in the crypto market. And don't forget, you got to watch this video right here, because I want you to stay ahead in 2025 as you prepare for 2026 and beyond. With that said, you guys trade safe, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.